could be based upon the platform or hubs that can control the smart devices and appliances here. For example, we have some companies like Amazon Echo and Google Home, Alexa. These are the service providers for IoT, and it provides the it it creates the IoT devices, manufacture the IoT devices, and which can be work on the real environment. Similarly, we have here the healthcare system, how the IoT provides for the healthcare, specialized sensors. They use specialized sensors uh, for uh, uh, for measuring the heart rate, blood pressure, how they can monitor it. The sensors can be equipped with in living space of monitor the health and general well-being of sensors and senior citizens, while also ensuring that the proper treatment is being administered and assisting people against lost mobility via therapy. IoT, practically we see every organization, every department, and everywhere the IoT is going to be implemented. And for transportation, okay, IoT can assist for the traffic management. IoT makes easy parking, okay, parking, how we can use the easy way of parking, identifying the parking, vehicle location monitoring. IoT can assist in the integration of communication control and information processing across various transportation systems. Smart traffic control, vehicle control, toll collection, electronic toll collection systems we used on the transportation. Coming to the smart manufacturing, like industrial communication, production flow monitoring, improved field service scheduling. The IoT can connect various manufacturing devices equipped with sensing, identification, processing, communication, and networking capabilities. For the cars, like automotive cars, driverless cars, these are the function of artificial intelligence using through IoT. We have the agriculture, smart farming, climate monitoring and forecasting, crop monitoring. There are numerous IoT applications in farming, such as collecting data on temperature, rainfall, humidity, wind speed, pest infestation, and soil content. This data can be used to improve quality and quantity, minimizing risk and waste and reduce efforts. Okay, these are the things we have. Smart watches, to how the smart watches will give the connected to the your mobile phone. It gives you the sensing devices if call is coming and how you are monitoring this. All these things comes under the Internet of Things. Coming to the practical implementation, okay, so how the IoT system really works, how the IoT devices works, okay. This is one example. Inshallah, we are going to implement this, okay. So by using the Cisco Packet Tracer version 7.0, so IoT devices work by using the 7.0 or above version, we can use it. So this is a server registration server. Okay, we have here the switch. Switch is connected to the server, and switch is connected to the IoT devices. Here we have a motion detector, and we have here the webcam. Okay, so this topology in this diagram, when the security system, if anyone passes through the motion detector, so that it gives the instruction to the server, some action has been occurred, so that automatically the server will give the information to the webcam. So the webcam turn off. turn on. So that is the security system we will implement here. I will show you here some configuration, okay, how we can configure for the server and how we can configure for this IoT devices. First of all, we go to the server, and this is the configuration steps I will explain you. And after this, I will show you the implementation part. Coming to the server configuration, okay, we have to select here the desktop. In the desktop, we have to select here IP configuration, and we have to provide the IP address to the server, IP address to the server, and provide the subnet mask to the server. Then in the server, we have to select here the services. In services, we have to select the IOE on, okay, make it IOE on. Then we have the web browser in the server. We give the same server address to the web browser, and we will sign here. So by signing, giving the authentication using the username and password, and we create here. We create the user authentication. Then we go to the browser and we use here one condition, okay, like the condition is that when the webcam will become on, if we use one condition here, motion detector, if motion detector turn on, then webcam is also on. Then the second, if webcam is off, if motion detector is on is false, means the motion detector there is no motion is occurring, then our webcam becomes off. Okay, so this is the configuration for the server we have to make it. Similarly, we have to assign here the IP addresses to the webcam as well as the motion detector. Okay, we provide here the IP address for this 1.1.1.2, and subnet mask. We provide here the address of the server. Okay, here in the webcam we provide the address of the server, and the authentication we give here. So we find here connect. When it is connected, we can provide it. So similarly, we configure for the webcam and the motion detector here. Okay, now we find the verification here result. So first of all, I will go to the my simulator. Okay, packet tracer. Are you able to see this screen? It's clear. Okay, let's start here with the simulator. We need here one server. Okay, we use this server, and we need here one switch to configure. This is the switch 2960, and we use webcam. Here we have the IoT devices in the home. So we take here webcam. And the motion detector. This is the motion detector. Okay. Give the connection, okay, by using the fast Ethernet cable from server to the switch, and switch to webcam fast Ethernet cable, and connect the switch to the motion detector. Now go to the server, configure the server, go to the desktop. In desktop, we have here the IP. Okay, provide the IP for the server is like we are using 1.1.1.1, and give the subnet mask to the server. And after that, in the server, go to the services. Here we have IoT. Select the IoT. Make IoT is on. Then close this. Go to the web browser and provide the same address of the server 1.1.1.1. Say here OK. So it is asking you to sign up. So click on the sign up. Provide here the username. Suppose username is admin and password is Cisco. Okay. This is the account we have created. Account is created. Then go to the devices. Okay. Let's see here. Go to the device for the webcam. Go configuration and provide here the fast Ethernet for the device. Okay, give the static IP address for the device 1.1.1.2 and provide here the subnet mask. And now here for the device in the configuration we have go to the physical. Go to the configuration. In the configuration we have one minute. Go to the server and services IoT is on. We have given the username and password for the server. Then go to the device. Select the fast Ethernet cable. We have provided the IP address. Then we have here in the configuration we have the remote server. Okay, provide here the server IP address 1.1.1.1 and give the username is admin and password is Cisco. Click here connect. So you find here refresh, so means that this device webcam is connected there, connected to the server. Similarly, we provide the IP address to this motion detector. Give the static IP address. To the fast Ethernet. Okay, fast Ethernet IP address is 1.1.1.3 subnet mask. Go here in the settings. We have here the remote server. Remote server is the address of the server. Then username we have given here admin and the password is Cisco. Click on connect. So you find here refresh. So means that this device is connected. Are you able to hear my voice? It's clear? Okay, shall I continue? Here we have provided the motion detector connected to the server. Then now go to the server, IoT server, and go to the internet browser and provide the server IP address 1.1.1.1. Click here. Then give the authentication. Username is admin. Password is Cisco. Connect. We find here the two devices which what we have added here, IoT 0 and IoT 1. So this IoT 0 is a webcam. So just I change here the name of the webcam. And this is the motion detector. So we see here in the server, the name is changed. Now what we do here, we can operate from here. Just we click on the webcam. So we find that the webcam is on, and here the motion detector is there. We use on the keyboard, we use the Alt key here. Okay, Alt key, click the Alt key and pass the mouse pointer on the motion detector. So you find here it is on. Okay, so this is we are doing manually. Now we want to do automatically. Okay, how it works? We go to the server and we write some script. Okay, go to the server in the condition. We add here some thing. You can see here. Click here and give the name. Okay. Here we say webcam. Webcam is on. Okay, webcam is on. We select here the thing motion detector. If motion detector is on, is true, then set webcam on is also true. Okay, this. Then add this. It's added. Then add here one more syntax for this. Okay, webcam is off if motion detector on is false, then webcam on is also false. Okay, so we have added inside this condition, if the motion detector is on, then webcam is on. If the motion detector is off, the webcam is also off. Now we verify here. 1 minute, sorry. Hello. Walaikum Assalam. We see the slides. Actually, I prepared for the simulation only. Oh, you are seeing only the slides. Okay, sorry. That's it. You please inform me if you can able to see. Okay. Are you able to see the screen? Okay. Now, as I have configured here in the server, okay, I provided the IP address to the server 11111, and I have went to the services. In the services, I've selected here the IoT, and in the IoT, I set the username and the password here. And after providing the username and password, I went to the configuration for the IoT server. Here in the desktop, I have the browser. Okay, when I click the browser, I provided the IP address here. Then it is asking me the username and password. So I provided here the username is admin and the password is Cisco. So it is showing me here the two devices. Okay, for this I have written the condition. Okay, like the condition is that I have added here, if the webcam is on, webcam, if the motion detector is on, is true, then webcam becomes on. And if the motion detector becomes false, is off, and webcam is also false here. So this condition I have added here. And in the webcam, I provided the IP address for the interface 1.1.1.2 and the subnet mask. And here in the settings, okay, I selected here for the remote server, and I have provided the address of the server with the username and the password. Okay, when I click here, it shows me refresh. So means that the device is successfully connected to the server. Now I will show you here the result verification demonstration. Okay, when I take the mouse pointer, okay, and nothing is happened, but you have to click here on the keyboard, alt key also here. When you click the alt key and pass the mouse pointer through the motion detector, you find here the webcam is on. You can see here the webcam is on. When there is no motion occur, then the webcam becomes turn off automatically. Okay, again you can see here when I'm keeping the alt key from the system from the keyboard and passing the mouse pointer on the motion detector, okay, automatically the webcam become on. That is the implementation of this experiment. Okay, similarly you can see the slides here. New slide, you can see this is my simulation. Share. Now you can see here okay, similar example. Okay, you can implement by using the motion detector. The lamp is light will turn on. Usually you have seen in many hotels, okay, when the sensor is available like motion detector, if it finds any motion, the lights will turn on automatically. Okay, like in this scenario we have seen, in this scenario usually we can use in our home like a security system, and this security system will help us to record all the data onto the server. Means the recording will take place when there is any motion is occurred. If there is no motion, no need of not necessary to make the motion detector on, not necessary to make the webcam on. Okay, this is the first simulation. Okay, and I will proceed for the second one. uh, Second one. Okay, if you have any comments, please tell me. Okay, the central office server. From the center office server, which is connected to the cell tower and to the mobile phone. And here we have the IoT server, and here we have the web server. When we see here the practical configuration for these devices, okay, means that all these IoT devices will connected to the IoT server. Okay, all these devices will connected to the IoT server, and This IoT server will manage all the devices, and we can operate these IoT devices through our smartphone. Through our smartphone. So what we have to do, first of all, we have to configure the router with the interfaces. Okay, so here we provide this side, the interface. You can see we have three interfaces: G0x0, gigabyte Ethernet 0x0, and 0x1 and 0x2. Okay, here we provide the static IP address to the IoT server and the web server. Okay, and here with this central office server will get the dhcp IP addresses to this site, and the phone will also get the dhcp IP address. Okay, it is like some internet service provider. Okay, like we have STC or Mobile, some company which have the towers, and we have our own mobile phone through it. Okay, and how this we connect? First of all, this mobile will connect to the IoT server here. So from the IoT server, all these devices will register to the IoT server. From this we can operate any devices. Okay, like you want to check the motion detector, how it is working. And you want to open the door, okay, of your home, you can open the door. You want to open the garage, okay, by your mobile phone, you can operate it. You are anywhere in the world, okay, you are sitting anywhere in the world, because you have connected to the internet, and you can operate any device, such as AC. You can open if any fire occurs, so you can open the fire sprinkler. Okay, you can open the fan. Okay, open the light, open the webcam, open the window. Inshallah, we are going to see now, okay, how it is going to work with this. What we have to do, we have to configure the static IP address to these devices. We have to configure the router here, and we have to provide the DHCP. We have to enable the DHCP here, and we have to connect to the DHCP for the home gateway. Okay, let's see here how we can configure the steps. Okay, coming to the router, router have the interface. Okay, we provide the IP address for the interface, we make the router enable. Okay, we are using the router model is 2911. Okay, because every router have the different specification, based upon that it works. So here we use the router 2911. We configure the interface here, configure G0x0, and providing the IP address, no shutdown exit, and we configure the similarly we configure three interfaces. Okay, when I do the configuration, I will show you. I am showing you here the important thing, how to configure the interface. Okay, this is the way to configure the interface, and this is the way to configure the DHCP. We need to configure two DHCP here. So we give here IP DHCP pool, and we give here the name, any name, which interface we are going. Okay, and what network we are using. Okay, we provide here the network, and we provided the subnet mask, and this is the default gateway for the interface IP address. And this here we give the DNS server. DNS server is nothing but the IP address of the web server here. Okay, whatever the IoT server address we have, we provide here the IoT server and exit. And similarly for the IoT server, okay, this is the IoT server. We have to provide the IP address 192.168.10.2. So this is the IoT server 192.168.10.2, providing the subnet mask, giving the default gateway. Okay, and this is the DNS server. Okay, same address, because this is the DNS server, we make it. And similarly we go to the services of the server, and we make the IoT is enabled on, make it on, because by default it is off. We have to make it on, and we have to provide on, go to the browser, web browser, what we have seen in the previous experiment also. We go to the web browser, and we provided the IP address. Okay, when you are doing the first time, you have to click on the sign up, okay, and provide the authentication, giving the username and the password, and sign in. Okay, once you sign in, then later on you can add the devices, IoT devices, you can add it over here. Now we go to the central office server. Okay, you can see here, this is the central office server. Here we have to do some little configuration here. Just we have to enable the dhcp. Okay, how we are making the dhcp to it. Go to the central office server, select here config. In the config we have the backbone. Select the backbone interface and enable the dhcp. Okay, once you make the enable the dhcp, so it is asking you the authentication. Okay, you can provide here, select the wireless card on the dhcp and ssid we can give, and the wireless will be there. This is the name and this is the password, ssid, secure identification. Okay, and we have providing the WEP key password for this device. Then coming to the IoT devices, these are the IoT devices. Okay, this all devices basically we need to use one interface, wireless interface card, to connect to the home gateway. Then we provide here the password. Okay, we provide the password to the home gateway, and we give all the username and password to these IoT devices, so all these devices will be connected. Suppose you have not set any password or authentication or any particular key for that. Okay, there is no password, means it's open, if anybody can enter to your network, so there is no proper security. Okay, like anybody can monitor, they can be open the garage, they can off the AC, they can on the AC. Okay, there is no control in your hand, so providing the security to the IoT is also very essential here. So here we configure the IoT devices. Okay, in the IoT we click here advanced IO configuration network adapter. Okay, this is the interface card, wireless interface card we have to add, so that the devices can connect to the home gateway wirelessly. Otherwise you have to use the cable to connect physically. Okay, so this is the wireless card we have to add here, and we go to the wireless 0 and we select here the name, and this is the password for the home gateway. Okay, same username and password we provide here, so the wireless device will connect to the home gateway here. Okay, and in the configuration IoT server, we make it a remote server. Okay, like just we have seen. Okay, go to the IoT server and provide the IP address for the IoT server. Okay, IoT server, and provide the same username and password, so that the devices will connected to the server, IoT server. Okay, then go to the smartphone. Okay, in the open the browser and provide the IP address for the IoT server and the username and the password, and all the IoT devices you can find, all the devices will appear on your screen. It shows all the devices, and you can operate all devices from your smartphone. Okay, like when you provide the IoT server address from your mobile phone, so all the devices you can find here. Okay, so this is the experiment. Okay, then I will show you here the implementation part. Okay, let's start to share the screen for the browser. Okay, this is the screen for the packet tracer software. Okay, I make it here itself. Okay, now coming to the designing of topology, we need some devices. Okay, you can see here we have in this we have, this is the CO server, central office server, and we take here the cell tower, and we need the home gateway. Here the home gateway is there, and we need a router. Okay, you can see here the model of router we are using 2911. Okay, this is a 2911 model of router. We need a switch is here. We take 2960 switch, and we need two servers are available here. We take the two generic servers. This is this, and This is the second server. One is IoT server, and other one is web server we use. And here we take all the devices, IoT devices from the home gateway. What you need, you can take this motion detector, you can take a lamp. Okay, you need a lamp, light, take it window, take the webcam, here we have door, we take the door, we take garage, we take the fire sprinkler, we take the fan, if you don't find any device type here like fire sprinkler. Okay, so this is the fire sprinkler you have, you can search from here also. Okay, this is the fire sprinkler. Then we connect all these devices to the home gateway. Just little bit. Home gateway, this basically it needs an interface card to connect it. Okay, first I connect all these devices. Here I have the connections. Okay, I use the cross cable, connect the cable G0 by 0 to the home gateway. Here connect internet. Okay, then connect the cross cable to the central office server with the interface G0 by 2. Okay, according to this topology we connect, no problem. Here we use straight cable to connect to the switch G01 here, and we connect the cross cable to the central office server G0 by 2. Connect here to the backbone. Okay, and we need one more device, smartphone. Okay, smartphone will available here, you can see the smartphone. Connect this smartphone directly connect to the cell tower. Okay, it's wireless and this also wireless, so it is open, it's connected. Then you can use the cable, this is the cable, connect here the coaxial 0 to the cell tower with coaxial 0. Okay, this is the connection we made here. Server to the switch is straight cable. You can connect the physical device with the cable also, Ethernet, or we need all the wireless devices, so we connect wireless device. Okay, now how to connect the wireless devices? Here go to any particular device and say here advanced. In advanced we have IoT and we have here the interface card. Select this PWIoT-NM1W. So this is the interface card. Select this one, so you can see here the device is connected. Now still I have not provided any password for this device, so it's open, it's connected. So first we connect and we provide the IP address, otherwise simultaneously we provide the IP address. First we provide the IP address to the home gateway. Go to the wireless and here you can see we have here the SSID, that is nothing but SSID default name is home gateway is there, and we provide here the password for the device. Suppose it needs 10-digit number. Okay, so I am using here 0 to 9, all 10 digits is connected. So it is disconnected because it is having the password. So we go to the device and in the configuration we have wireless 0 here, and we give the SSID giving the password for it, so it will connect here. Okay, similarly we have to connect all these devices. Let's see here, advanced option, interface card, and simultaneously I'm giving the password for this. Username SSID is already by default, it is home gateway, so I'm not changing the SSID, and just I'm providing the password. Copy the password for the other devices to connect. So all devices are securing, okay, because if the device is open, so anybody can access and they can control all your IoT devices, then you cannot do anything. There is no security in that. So right now we are providing security through our username authentication, login authentication for username and password. If any new device want to enter it, so it does not have the permission for login, so the device cannot be connect to it. So now coming to the configuration for the router, okay, as we have seen that 3 interfaces we have, so we configure the 3 interfaces IP addresses with this site. Okay, as I'm using here this site, my IP address is enable config t, then interface int g0 by 0 this site, IP address is I'm using 192.168.20.1, followed by the subnet mask. Okay, I'm using /24 subnet mask. This is the first interface I configured. Okay, the second interface G0 by 1. Okay, for G0 by 1, which is connected to the router server side. Okay, you can see this is G0 by 1 interface, which is for the server side. So IP address here 192.168.10.1, subnet mask no shutdown exit. Okay, exit. Then the other interface is G2 by 0. Okay, and the IP address for this we are using 30.1. okay, provide here 192.168.30.1, followed by the subnet mask, and say here no shutdown, then exit. Okay, then now we have 2 sites here. Okay, this site G0 by 0, this interface we provide here the dhcp, and we configure dhcp for G2 by 0 in these 2 interfaces for the router. So as we have seen just now how to configure dhcp, we say here IP dhcp pool, give the interface, this is the name of the interface. Okay, and the network this side we are using 192.168.20.0. 0 is the network, followed by the subnet mask. Then use the default router. Okay, default router nothing but the gateway for the router. We have the gateway is 192.168.20.1 and exit. Okay, this is the, if you want to add the DNS server also, okay, that is also important. DNS server, enter DNS server. Okay, this DNS server is nothing but the IoT server IP address here. IoT server IP address we are using here 20.10.2 192.168.10.2. then exit. Similarly, we configured the other interface G2 by 0. So we say here IP dhcp pool G0 by 2 is the name of the interface, network 192.168.30.0 subnet mask. Then we have to give here the default router is 192.168.30.1 is the default router, and the DNS server address is same. DNS server IP address is 192.168.20.1. okay, continue. Okay, let's check here whether the router has taken the correct IP addresses or not. It is saying conflict. Let's check here again. Exit. Do show run. This is not 20.1, this is 10.1 because the DNS server is this. So just I delete this from this interface, copy, and I go to the same interface again. IP dhcp pool G0 by 2. Then I say here no and paste. Then again I paste. Then I change this one is to 10. This is 10 DNS server. Okay, no problem. Then any problem? Let's see here the configuration. Do show run. So we have 2 DHCPs here inside the router. Okay, and we have 3 interfaces, IP addresses. This is the first interface, this is the second interface, and the third interface. So we configured the router. Okay, if you want to save the configuration on the router, you can say here copy running config startup config. Okay, this is a command to save the configuration. Say okay. So you can see here building configuration, it saves the configuration on the router. Now what we have to do, go to the server and provide the static IP address. This is the server. Go to the desktop and give here the IP address 192.168.10.2 is the IP address for the server, and the gateway is 192.168.10.1. okay, and the DNS server is the same address of the server, same IP address of the server, 10.2 only. Okay. And now for the, this is, you can change the name. This is IoT server, IoT, you can say here server. This is you can say this is the web server which can connect to the websites, web server. And for this web server also provide the IP address 192.168.10.3, and 192.168.10.1 is the default gateway, and 192.168.10.2. 10.2 is the IoT server. DNS server is our 10.2. okay, so we set here the static IP addresses. Then now this side and this side we get the IP addresses. Now the important thing is that in the web server, okay, what IoT server, what we have to do, we have to enable IoT. Go to the IoT server, and inside you can go here the services. Okay, go to services, and you can see here you have IoT here. Okay, make IoT. By default it is on. Off, you make it on. After make it on, go to the browser. Okay, close this, go to desktop. Okay, in the desktop, click here browser and give the address of the server. 192.168.10.2 is the IP address. Click here, and you can this is the first time. Okay, so for that you can sign in. Okay, give your username. Suppose my username is Mutusa and password is KKU. Okay, I have given password is KKU. Click here create. So server will add the IP address. If you want to check it, go again here and check the IoT configuration. It shows you what the username and password you have given. It will save here. Okay, then now what you have to do, go to the central office server. Okay, go to the central office server, and here in the configuration, okay, you have backbone. Okay, backbone. So by default it will static. Okay, static or dhcp. So now you can see the IP addresses is coming from the router. Router is providing the IP addresses here, this site with the dhcp. Okay, now it is connected to it. Then now what you have to do, go to the home gateway. This is the home gateway. In the home gateway, you can go to the internet. Okay, click on internet. Here you have dhcp. You can see, okay, this side you have 20.2, 192.168.20.2. so means that the router is providing the IP addresses. If you refresh it, so you can see the router is providing the IP addresses. Now what we have to do, we have to add all the IoT devices with the remote server. This is not necessary. Okay, now this device must be connected. This all devices of IoT must be connected to your IoT server. So you can see here what is the IP address of the IoT server. Okay, this is the IoT IP address of the IoT server. I copy here and I go to this device, and here in the configuration itself, okay, you have the remote. Okay, you have remote server. Okay, provide the address and give the username and the password. Click here connect. When you find a refresh, okay, you can, this is important, when you find a refresh means that the device of IoT is successfully connected to the server. Successfully connected to the server. If you click here, it is not showing you refresh, it means that the device is not properly connected to it. Okay, so this I connected here one. Similarly we have to connect all the devices. Go to the, select the remote server and provide the IP address, give the username and the password. Refresh. Okay, physical configuration remote. So now coming to the lamp. Okay, webcam. The last device window. Okay. Okay. So all these devices is connected to the office home IoT server. Now we want to see whether the devices is connected or not. Okay, here we have in the IoT server we have IoE monitor. You can see here IoE monitor. When you click here, it is asking you the login again. Okay, what is the IP address we are using? 192.168.10.2 server IP address. Okay, username and password. So you can see here all these devices is connected to it, but still it is showing you IoT 2, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so because we have to change the name, so let's see here we change the name. I say here this is motion detector, this is door, garage, fire, sprinkler, fan, light, webcam, okay, it is coming webcam 2 because we have here webcam 1 this side. Okay, previous experiment, so it is taking the duplicate number name, so I say here webcam 2. Okay, then this is the window. Okay, now let's check here again. So it is showing all the devices. Okay, now you can operate because this is the server. Okay, server have all the permissions. Okay, server can do anything. Now what the server will do, server want to operate the device. Okay, like the motion detector on. So as you know that we have to click the alt key and keep the mouse pointer on the motion detector. So you can see here it is turned on. Similarly, you can go to the device called door. This is door. Okay, by default the door is unlock. Okay, to lock you can see unlock the green color. If you click here, lock, so it changed the color of the door. Okay, you can operate the device. You have garage here, garage on off. Okay, like similarly we have a fire sprinkler. Okay, it's operating from this. Okay, fan. Okay, you can make the fan speed, this is the low speed, high speed, increase the speed, make the fan is off. Okay, whatever you want to do. This is the light, you have 2 times dim and on, and you can have the window webcam, make the webcam on or off. Okay, and this window, on the window, off the window. Okay, open the window, close the window. Similarly, this is thing. Now what we have to do, we want to operate all these devices from our smartphone. Okay, suppose you are anywhere. Okay, suppose you are in the university. Okay, you want to control your devices by sitting anywhere in your office, in your home. Okay, in your university, anywhere. So what we do that, first of all, this smartphone must be connected to the server. Okay, because all these devices connected to the server. So go to the server, smartphone, go to the smartphone, and here desktop we have here the web browser. Okay, like go to the browser and give the IP address for the server. Okay, what is the IP address for the server? 192.168.10.2. Enter. Okay, it is asking you the authentication, who are you to access the server. Okay, then provide the username for the server and the password KKU. Okay, sign in. Once you click sign in from the smart devices, you find all these devices are displaying. Okay, like from the smartphone you can operate all the devices. Like you want to open the garage. Okay, suppose you are coming to home, you want to open the garage from your mobile phone, you can operate, you can on the garage. Okay, right now the light is on. Okay, you can go to the light. Okay, it's a lamp light. Okay, it's on. You want to make it off. Okay, let's make it off. You want to on the AC. I have taken AC also, it's not there. Okay, I will show you. You want to open the fan, you can on it. Okay, like if you want to add any new particular device, like you want to add a AC to your home detector. Okay, search AC. You can find here AC not available. This is the AC. Okay, you can place the AC anywhere. Okay, if you want to add any new particular device in your home, it's very simple. Just add here. Similarly, go to the configuration, use the interface card, then go to the configuration in the wireless, provide the username, password. Okay, close this. The device is connected to the home gateway, and you can give any AC example. Okay, then now check here whether the device is connected to the server or not. Okay, the device must be connected to the server as well, providing here the username and the password to it. Refresh, so means it is connected to it. Now let's go to the smartphone directly, and you can see here AC is still added, just now it's added. Okay, you want to operate the AC. Sorry, at the last you have AC. Okay, on the AC, so you can see here very small light. Okay, which is appearing on the AC. Okay, you can on the AC or off the AC from your smartphone. Okay, this is the application we have, how the IoT devices are working from it. Do you have any queries related to this IoT? Then inshallah I will start you the VOIP concept. Okay, as according to the slides. Let's go to my slide. Okay, how the IoT devices are working, we can find it. Do you have any questions related to this? Then inshallah after Salah I will start the VOIP concept. So now we have seen the application, how the IoT devices works with the server. Okay, like if you have the security system, or making the motion detector to be on, making the light on or off, and this can be work on the real environment. This can work for the traffic also. Okay, like you have a sensor. If the vehicle is going, okay, when the vehicle is going on a from through the motion detector, the camera on. Okay, and it if the vehicle speed is more, so the camera captured the picture. Okay, then this many things for the home security system. Okay, like if anybody is entering to the home, that time only the motion detector will analyze and camera makes on. And similarly we have here multiple devices, many devices are available to this. Okay, we can operate all these devices through it. And we have a home. If you need to add any new devices, okay, this can be work nowadays. If you see the real environment, okay, we have some company like STC Mobile, okay, which is having the base station tower, and we have the mobile phone. Okay, just what we are doing, you are going to the browser. Okay, and if you set the any website address also, suppose www.home.com. So when you connect to the home.com, then it shows you all your devices, all the home devices, it appears. You can monitor and you can view. Okay, you can operate, you can make it on or off. Okay, and you see in the real environment scenario, there are many companies are working to it. Okay, there is a more scope is there, in more future is there on IoT. And it works with the, it has a limitless. Okay, future of IoT is limitless, and it has a lot of potential. More growth is there in the IoT, and all the applications will work as we have seen the previous slide also. Okay, in this like the application of the IoT, which is working for the multiple environments, for the home appliance. You can operate all these devices. You can make the refrigerator to be make it on. You can change the setting of the refrigerator. Okay, and you can give the instruction for the coffee maker to make the machine is on or off. Like we have variable devices, we can use the variable devices from here. Like you are using for your health fitness, and you are checking the steps, how many steps you have taken in one day. Okay, you can be count, and it gives you the information on the server, and you can be notify everything. Similarly for the smart cities, okay, like in the smart cities, you have waste water distribution and waste management. In water distribution, water is coming. Okay, the tank is full, so that once the tank is full, it gives the instruction to the server. Okay, once it is coming to a particular limit, okay, it will automatically closed. Okay, and for the waste management, if the dustbin is full, okay, it gives the acknowledgement to the municipal corporation. From that, the vehicle will come and it makes empty. So like this, just now we have seen the smart home, how the smart homes will work. Okay, doors, we can lock unlock the doors, we can operate the bulbs, we can set the temperature on the thermo machines. Okay, heating elements, we can use thermostats there, medical equipments we can operate. So means that we have more scopes on IoT. It works efficiently. Okay, but we have to provide the security to the IoT is also very essential. Okay, if there is no security on IoT, means that anybody can control it, and they can be misuse of your devices. And suppose if somebody access the control in their hands, they can open all the rooms of your home. Okay, they can open all the lights, if you are available or not available. So it's very dangerous also. So providing security is also the major concern in IoT. Okay, so inshallah we will see again after the salah break. Okay, we have 6:20 around. So we will start again the next concept of our VOIP. We will see after break. Okay, inshallah we'll start at 6:40. Okay, thank you all of you. Hello, 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 hello. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So now we'll start now the second session of VOIP. Okay, thank you. Now coming to the voice over internet protocol, it's a protocol. VoIP is cost effective because broadband connections also do away, and extra wiring. VoIP networks allows both voice and data on the same channel. So when you use a IP phone, okay, and you want to communicate within the organization, within the company, so this is very cost effective and which provides the more bandwidth, and connection and connectivity is very good. And based upon this VoIP channel, okay, the data as well as voice will flow. Okay, data in a sense that the computers, okay, transmission of data from one PC to the other PC is also work, and it works the voice also. That is the speciality of this VoIP. It is affordable, okay, it is cheap, it is affordable, it's not expensive. Only you need to buy the device and you have to do the some basic routing on the router, and it can work easily. Initially data was priced, as you have seen that previously, whenever you are making a call from one country to the other country, you have to pay a lot of money. But now through the internet we can make the IP phones, and we can communicate within the organization and outside of the organization also. We can able to uh, communicate, and this will work, this will use for some small businesses, okay. And VoIP has more advantages. We can record the call, we can make the call, okay. This is very efficient and very good for the small as well as big businesses. Usually in the companies, intercommunication have to be made for this, okay. It is cheaper compared to like traditional calling. Previously we pay a lot of money to make a call from one within the office or outside of country, okay. Whether you want to call to a particular country, okay, so you have to pay huge amount to the service providers, okay. So this is very easy to carry this VoIP phones, okay. And this is also portable, portable in a sense that the number which we get, okay, we can remain our number same, okay, wherever we go. This is very portable. This portability is very good, okay. We no need to change the number every time, whether we are shifting to any particular services, also STC mobile, okay. Our number will be unique, okay. We can save the number, and this is also one type of security, okay. We provide the security so that our data will be encrypted and our voice also encrypted, okay. So if any hacker or somebody want to access our they want to listen the communication, okay, what we are talking about that, so the voice will be encrypted at the destination site. It will decrypt it through this protocol. But if any hacker want to capture the voice in between or capturing the data, so it is in the form of encryption, so that he cannot able to read it, he cannot able to get this, okay. So security is also very essential for this to improve the quality of this VoIP management, okay. And now we will see here some concept of how the VoIP work in the real environment, okay. How it works. Let's we talk about here the IP phones and the configuration steps, how it can be work with this. Basically here we have here a router, okay. We use the model of the router is 2811, because as you know that every router is made for some purpose, okay. some router does not accept telephony services inside the configuration. So this router is compatible with the VoIP protocol. Okay, so for this reason we are using this model 2811 router. Okay, whether you have here I am demonstrating to you 3 IP phones. Okay, whether you have 3 or 300, no problem. Okay, just you need to configure the router and you have to connect the devices to the switches. Okay, and you can able to communicate in the network. So first of all, we are using the model of the IP phones. You can see here the IP phone model we have 27960 model. Okay, when you go to market to purchase the IP phones, okay, we have analog phones also, we have digital phones we have. Okay, we can record the voice, and we have a big screen, we can see the person also. Okay, nowadays we have different types of IP phones are there. Okay, which have the camera, means two-way communication can take place with this. Okay, so it depends upon the model of the phone, which model are you using and how you can use it. Okay, now in this scenario we are using the 3 IP phones, and we have given here the number to the phone. Okay, because you can see here the number is 2011. Okay, I use this number for this phone, and similarly I have the other phone with the 2002. Okay, and 2003 for the other phone. So when I dial from 2001 to 2002, so that the phone must be get here ringing has to made, and talking. Okay, when you talk it, so it must be connected means the user can communicate in the real environment. So for this topology, the requirement, we need the phones and we need a switch and the router. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to configure 2 things here. Okay, this is the router we need to configure here, and we have to configure the switch as well. Okay, because the switch is connected to these ports. This you can see here, it has 4 ports, fast Ethernet 0x1, 0x2, fast Ethernet 0x3, and 0x4. So when you connect here to the switch, we say fast Ethernet. This is the trunk protocol, which is connected, switch connected to the router, we say here trunk, and here switch connected to IP phone. So we say here switch port mode access, and we say switch port access voice VLAN. Okay, because we don't have here the PC, that's why we don't use access here, we use here voice VLAN. Okay, I will show you the configuration. Similarly, we need to configure on the router telephony services. Okay, I will show you here. Coming to the configuration. Okay, coming to the configuration for the switch, here we use 2960 switch. Okay, we have here 4 ports we have. Okay, port 1 is connected to the router, so we say interface F0/1. Okay, switch port mode trunk, switch port voice. Okay, here we are using voice, means that the VoIP work, means IP phone work with this link, with this protocol voice. If you have PC, so we say that switch port mode access, we say access, but when you are connecting the IP phone, we have to mention here voice. So that's the difference we can see. And switch port 1 connected to the router, that's why we say here the trunk. Okay, now we have the other port number 2, which is connected to the IP phone, so we say here switch port mode access and switch port voice VLAN 1. Basically by default in the switch, VLAN 1 will created already. Okay, if you are creating suppose VLAN 10 and VLAN 20, so specifically you have to create it, but by default VLAN 1 is already available in the switch. If you want to create, it's okay. If you are not creating VLAN 1, it's available by default. Okay, so now coming to the router configuration. In the router, what we do here, we configure the interface. We have only one interface to the router. We say here enable configure terminal. Okay, making start. interface, we are using the IP address for the router interface is 10.0.0.1 followed by the subnet mask 255.255.255.0/24 no shutdown exit. So this is to configure the interface. Okay, now we need to configure here the dhcp IP addresses, okay, to the interface. IP dhcp pool voice, this is the name, okay, name we have given voice. The network, same network 10.0.0.0, network is 0, subnet mask, and the default router is the same address of the interface, okay, default router 10.0.0.1 and option 150. Okay, when we are using IP telephony, so we have to use here the option 150. IP phones will work on option 150 here, that's why then we are giving option 150 and providing the same default router address, this same interface address or default router address. Okay, then now what we have to do here, we have to configure the telephony service on the router. Okay, how to configure the telephony service? We say here telephony service and we say here maximum ephone, means how many phones you want to use in your network. You want to use 3 phones, so mention 3. If you want to use 5 phones, you can mention 5. Okay, it depends. No, are you able to see the PPTs? I am sharing right now the PPTs, then I will show you the Are you able to see the screens? Yes, okay, thank you. So I am explaining about here the telephony service. Okay, how many phones you are using in your topology? Okay, I have right now 3 phones. I have given 5, so no problem. Okay, still I have the possibility to add 2 more new phones. But suppose if I added here 3, okay, and I want to add in the future 5, so again it will not compatible. So for that reason you can give some number. Okay, maximum number, maximum phone is 5 it has given. Okay, then you can use, if you have 10 phones, give here 10 or 15, depends upon how many phones you want to use it. Okay, then max DN, directory number. Okay, DN is nothing but the directory number. Phone have the directory number with this also same. Okay, then IP source address. Source address is nothing but the default gateway of the router. Default gateway means interface address of the router, and port number is 2000. Port is 2000 because the telephony service will work on 2000 port. So we have given here 2000 and auto assign 426. Auto assign means here this is the number taken by the phone when you configure the number. Okay, so automatically the phone will get the IP address through the router. So this is the 2 things we are using, auto assign 426 and auto assign 125. So with the help of these 2 things, the numbers will get to the phone. Okay, this is the telephony service. Then how to assign the phone number to the phone? Okay, phone number ephone -dn1. For first number, what number you want to assign, give here the number. Okay, if you want to use here 7001, give whatever the series, which series you like. Okay, it's your choice, you can give the number to the phone. Exit. Okay, similarly you have to add all 3 phones. I have shown you the syntax for only 1 phone here. Okay, but when you configure it, you have to configure the same command for 3 times with different numbers, 2001, 2002, 2003. It depends upon how many numbers you have. And ephone 1 MAC address. Now you can see here, right now we are working on the simulation by using the packet tracer software, or if you are using the real Cisco phones. Okay, Cisco phones also, every phone have the MAC address. Okay, MAC address we have to give here. okay, phone MAC address. So when you go to the IP phone and you can go to the settings, in settings you have the network adapter. When you click the network adapter, you have the MAC address. Okay, you have to copy the MAC address. What is the MAC address of the phone? You have to write here. So in the simulation also we will get the MAC address. Okay, I will show you when I do the practical right now. Okay, I will show you how to copy the MAC address. Okay, so here you type here the MAC dash address and you have to write here the MAC address of the phone. Okay, then this will be assigned to it. Okay, the MAC address, you say ephone 1, so dn1. So for this, the first phone will give the MAC address, and for this phone it get the number. For this MAC address of the phone, it will get the number. I will show you. Then button 1. So if you have 3 phones, so button will be increment 1 to 1, 1 to 1 for the first phone, and 1 to 2 for the second phone. Button 1 to 3, 1 is to 3 means for the third phone. Similarly, it will increment according to how many phones you are using. Okay, now the result verification. So this is the command. Now we'll see here the implementation part for this topology. Okay, for this topology, let's start. I will share the packet tracer screen. This is the screen. Okay, share. This screen is clear. Are you able to see it? Okay, shall I continue? Okay, thank you. Now make the topology. We need here one router. Okay, so what router we take here? We take we have this. You can see here all different types models of the routers are available. The compatibility with this router is this. Okay, 2811. This have the compatibility of telephony service. For that reason we are using. Now we need one switch. We take a 2960 switch, and we need here 3 IP phones. It depends how many IP phones you needed. Okay, in the PCs you have IP phones. So this is the IP phone. This is the first phone, second phone, and the third phone. Now let's give the connection to it by using the straight cable. Okay, I connected because I need to configure the switch also. So I have to know that which port I have connected. Okay, switch to router is trunk, and we have F0x0 interface here. Then here port to F0/2 to the switch. Okay, connecting to the switch here. Similarly, we connect 3 to the IP phone to that switch, and here 4. Okay, when you configure it, you can find all these colors will change to the green color. Okay, right now it's orange as well as red. So once the configuration will done to switch and router, we have to provide the power supply to the IP phones. Okay, this is the power supply. Don't provide power supply right now. After configuration of the switch and the router, you can make. Let's start with from the switch. Go to the configuration of the switch. Make it enable. Configure terminal. Okay, this is the command for the configure terminal. The first interface we are using F01, which is connected to the router. Okay, so we say here switch port mode trunk. Then we say switch port voice VLAN 1. We have VLAN 1. Then exit. Okay, if you create or not create VLAN 1, by default the VLAN 1 will be available in the switch. That's why if you are creating apart from VLAN 1 like VLAN 10 or 20, like this you have to create. like this VLAN you have to create first. Okay, now I have port 2 which is connected to the IP phone. So I say here switch port mode access, then I say switch port access, not access, voice. Okay, because I'm using voice, VLAN 1 exit, switch port voice VLAN 1. You can see when you find any error, okay, in the packet tracer software, it shows you the error like this. Okay, now I have typed correct command now, then exit. This is the second port. Similarly, we have 4 ports. Okay, the third port we configure now. Same thing, switch port mode access and switch port voice VLAN 1 exit. Port number 4 F0/4, then we say here switch port mode, sorry, okay, are you able to see the screen, right? Okay, access, then switch port voice VLAN 1 exit. Okay, so this is a configuration for that switch, this much only. If you want to save the configuration, you can type here copy running config startup config. Okay, so you can see here building configuration. Okay, so configuration will save on the switch. Otherwise you can use the shortcut key WR. Okay, this is also used to save the configuration. Okay, now go to the configuration of router. This is the router. Double click the router, go here the CLI. Say here the initial setup for the router is no. Okay, because router asking to make the password, this is initial setup, we say no. Then we configure the interface for the router, make it enable, config T, configure terminal, then interface F0/0. The IP address we are using here 10.0.0.1, subnet mask /24, no shutdown, link is up. Okay, the link is up here, exit. So we configure the interface, we have only one interface here. Now we configure the DHCP, because router will give the IP to the IP phones, so we have to configure the DHCP, IP DHCP pool VOIP. Okay, this is the name VOIP I have given. Give the network Shabakat here 10.0.0.0. Okay, because we are using 10 network is 0 here. Then subnet mask, then use the default router. Default router is nothing but the default gateway. This is the default router 10.0.0.1, same address of the interface. Then we use option 150. Okay, because the VoIP work with option 150 IP, the interface IP for the router, default gateway. Exit. Now we configure the DHCP on the router. Then now configure the telephony service. Okay, say here telephony service, enter how many phones you want to use it, max E phone. Okay, I want to use here 3 E phones, but I am giving 2 more capacity, 5. Okay, so it's okay. Then you can say here max -dn. dn is directory number. Okay, if I have 5 phones, then 5 numbers I want to give. Okay. Then IP source address. Okay, the interface IP address for this. Then port. Okay, VoIP work on the port 2000 here, port 2000. Then assign the auto number, auto assign 4 to 6 and auto assign 1 to 5. Exit. Okay, this is the way to configure the telephony service on the router. Now assign the phone number to the router, okay, to the IP phones, but we are giving phone numbers to the router, and from the router IP phones will take the number. Okay, then now give the phone number phone dash dn1 for first phone. The link is up, okay, then give the number. I want to give here 002, so means the extension of the number is 002. Exit. This is for the first phone. Similarly, I give for the other phones also dn2. Link is up, number is 2002, then exit. For phone 3, phone dash dn3, number 2003, exit. Then ephone 1, then here we have to give the MAC address. Okay, here we have to give the MAC address. Are you able to see the screen? Hello. Okay, thank you. So I have noted down for the first phone. Okay, similarly I am noting for the second phone MAC address. Okay, 0006.2a59.968b. And for this phone MAC address is 0090.2197.e5bd. Now this I need to configure here. So right now I have given here ephone 1. Now give the MAC address, MAC dash address 0060.2fe8.98ad. Enter. Okay, then what type of phone we are using? We are using here 7960 model of the phone. Okay, so mention the model of the phone here. Type 7960, button 1:1 for the first one, 1:1, exit. Similarly, for the second phone also, second phone, phone 2, ephone 2, MAC address we have 0006.2A59.968B. Enter. Then type 7960. We have all same type of phones. So button is finished. Exit. For the last phone, ephone 3, ephone 3, MAC address 0090.2A59.968B. So we have provided the MAC address for this all three phones. Sorry, this is not the MAC address because I have given here, this is wrong. I am deleting this. Okay, I select here, I copy here, okay, and I say no, and I say here paste. So still no problem. For this ephone 2, I give again the MAC address. MAC address is 0090.2197.E5BD, okay, and type of the phone is 7960. Enter. Then button is 1:3. For the third phone, 1:3. Exit. Okay, this is the configuration we made on the phone. Okay, save the configuration. Okay, by pressing WR, save the configuration. Now check the configuration. We have one command to see the configuration, show run. Okay, go to that. You can see this is the dhcp. It has taken what we have given. Okay, then the interface, okay, F0x0 IP address we have provided, and here the telephony service, okay, the telephony service we have given, and phone numbers also we have given. Okay, MAC address for the phone, it's showing us 1 2 3 earphones. Okay, that's it. So this configuration is made on this. Okay. So now go to the so we configured the router, okay, and we configured the switch also. For the phones, just give the power supply, because right now the phone is off, you can see. So this is the adapter, okay, power supply adapter. Okay, select this and give the power to the phone here. Okay, right now I have given here for this phone, and similarly for all the phone, give this adapter, connect the adapter, power supply adapter to the phone. Now let's just taking startup. We have here the refresh button. Okay, refresh. So you can see here now everything is turned to green color. Okay, all the interfaces turn to the green color. Now go to the IP phone and check whether in the GUI, here you have GUI, okay, whether the phone has taken the number or not. Okay, you can see here the number of phone we have given 2001, it has taken successfully. Okay, good. Similarly, you can check with the other phones also. This is the second phone, it also has taken 2002, and for the third phone it also has taken 2003. So now what we do that we will ping, this is the phone 3, okay, from the phone 3 the volume is more, let's check, I increase the volume. Okay, now dial, still more. 200, okay, 1. Okay, for the first phone, you can see here I have ringing to this phone. Okay, go and check this phone, it is ringing, and when I pick up, you can see here it is connected, means that these both phones can communicate. When it is connected successfully, it is working. Similarly, I go to this phone, okay, and I ping, this number is 2002, okay, and I will ping to 2003 to this phone. Okay, I dial here 2003, then use here 2003 is ringing. Connected. Okay, so this is the example how the IoT devices works. Okay, like this is the initial setups you have to make in your company for the small office or for the big office. Maybe suppose this phone is in the first floor, this is at the ground, second floor, this is at the ground floor. Okay, no need to go, just you can be dialed, just you configure your router with the phones. Okay, the phones you need to buy a device phone, then you can easily communicate. Okay, you no need to pay a single pie also to the service provider. Okay, this is your own VOIP technology. You can create your own home office phones, it works properly. Okay, this is the first example we have seen right now with this concept. Okay, and now we will elaborate our topology with the second topology. Let's check here. I will give you the explanation from my slides, then we continue the practical session for this. Let's share the slide for. Now we have understood this one. Okay, now coming to the second concept. Okay, and this is the last concept also. This is a little bit lengthy, but it is very interesting, inshallah, and you can easily understand how it is working. Now to design and implement the VoIP IP phones with PCs. Okay, how the IP phones connected to it and how it works. Suppose you take the scenario, suppose there is a one company, okay, which having the branch office in Abha, okay, and the head office in Riyadh. Okay, so here we have one scenario, branch office as well as head office. Okay, through the branch office you want to communicate to the head office. Okay, whether you can communicate through the IP phones or whether you can communicate through your PCs, through your data. Okay, so in this scenario VoIP, as I told you that the VoIP works on phones as well as PCs, data. Okay, voice and data, so both it carries both the protocols, it works with on both the protocols, voice and data. So you can communicate from PC to PC, you can send the messages, you can send the emails, you can send the data from one network to the other network. Okay, no limitation of the distance. Okay, no limitation of the distance, whether it is in the same country or whether it is in the other country. The scenario is like that. Okay, so this we need to understand here the one topology, how it is working, and inshallah this will be similar. Okay, and only the numbers will change, the IP addresses will change here. Okay, we'll see now. So coming to this concept, we need here the same router. Okay, we need 2811 router and we need switch here, and now this switch connected directly to the PC, connected to the IP phone. Okay, when you see the IP phone is having two interface card, means it is having two Ethernet ports, you can say Ethernet ports. Okay, one port connected to from switch to the phone, and other port from IP phones to the PC. That is important. Okay, so usually IP phones have two interface Ethernet ports, two Ethernet ports. One is connected to here, and from the phone we are connecting to the PC. Okay, usually you see in the offices. Okay, PC as well as phones both will be work in the network. Okay, so how it works, we'll see here the configuration of the switch and router, and through the router IP will get to the phone, like phone numbers will get, we are using here 3001, 3002, 3003, and it gets the IP address, separate IP address from to the laptops. Okay, similarly this scenario is also the same thing. Okay, let's see here one configuration, and inshallah you can able to understand how it is working. So what we are doing here, we are creating two VLANs here. Okay, because the voice is going in the one way and data is also traveling on the same channel. Okay, voice and data both are going on the same interface, or you can say from the same cable. Okay, so here we are saying here the VLAN 10 name is voice. Okay, so for the voice VLAN we mention here for 10 number, and for the data is going through the VLAN 20. So we created two separate VLANs. We created one, we specify for the VLAN 10 for the voice, and the other one for the data, VLAN 20 for the data. So now we have one interface only. Okay, you can see we have only for the router we have one interface. This is F0 by 0 interface, F0 by 0, fast Ethernet 0 by 0. So this is the configuration for the switch. Okay, this is the configuration for the switch. You can see here switch is having here 4 ports. Port 1 is connected to the router. Switch connected to the router we called as trunk. Okay, trunk, and piece switch connected to the IP phone as well as PC. Okay, so we are using two VLANs here, VLAN 10 for the voice and VLAN 20 for the data. So we need to configure the switch. So here we say trunk, switch port mode trunk, and we allow the traffic to pass through VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. Switch port trunk allowed VLAN 10 and 20, and we say here switch port voice for VLAN 10, and we say switch port access means data for VLAN 20 exit. Similarly, if you have multiple ports, same thing, like port 2, you can see here port 2, port 3 and port 4 need the same configuration. So you can use the range command here. So range command will use to configure multiple ports at same time. So you can configure, first of all, say switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN, switch port voice VLAN 10, and switch port access VLAN 20. So when you say range, so it will configure for port 2 also, port 3 also, 2 to 3 it will configure. You have 2 to 4, right? This is 2, 3, 4, so 4 ports you have. So you can say here int range 0/2-4 you can give, so it will take all these things. Okay, now this is the configuration for the switch. Okay, now coming to the configuration of the router. Okay, as we have seen the previous example, here also we have to do the same thing but little bit different. Now here we need to configure two dhcp. Okay, because here we have voice as well as data, so we need to configure two dhcp here. So how we are configuring two types of dhcp? IP dhcp pool for voice. Separately for voice we say the network 10.10.10.0 and subnet mask default router and option 150 for the telephony for the VoIP protocol exit. This is for the voice and this is for the data. Okay, for data what we are doing, just we are changing the third octet. You can see here 10.10.10, here you have 10.10.20. so 10.10.10 is for voice and 10.10.20 is for data. Okay, like this. So we have provided the IP address for this. Okay, then here we have this interface F0. We have only one interface. You can see we have only one interface, but in this interface voice traffic is going, data traffic is going. So what we are doing here, we are dividing into the both. So how we are dividing this is, we say first of all we are making the port is on, okay, no shutdown port is on. Then we divide the port int F0/0 for .10 for VLAN 10. VLAN 10 we have voice, okay. So we give the protocol encapsulation .1q protocol, okay. For sub interfaces we have to mention the protocol encapsulation and provide the IP address, subnet mask, exit. Okay, no shutdown is not necessary because we have only single port. We already make no shutdown here, so here not necessary for no shutdown. If you give also, it does not give you any error, okay, that's the thing. And similarly for voice, for data VLAN 20 int F0/20 we have mentioned here. And we have here the serial interface, okay. Serial interface means one router is connected to the other router, so here we need to configure the serial interface IP address also. So we have configured the IP address 192.168.10.1 is the IP address. You can see 192.168.10.1 for the serial interface IP address, okay. Then we have to configure telephony service here. So right now same thing, telephony service max ephone 5, okay. I have given maximum 5 phones here, and I used here the address for voice, okay, and the port number for is 2000. Auto assign means it will give the number to the IP phones. This is auto assign, and this is for the first phone, DN1 this, okay. Similarly you have to configure all the other phones also like this. 3 phones if you have 3 phones. If you have 10 phones you have to configure 10 times like this, okay. Then now you have to add the MAC address also, okay. Same procedure what we follow the previous experiment. We have to add the MAC address, button, type of the phone we have to mention, okay. Then now what we have to do, we need to communicate, okay, from this network to this network. When you want to communicate from this router to this router, okay, Abha router to the Riyadh router, so you need a routing protocol, okay. How to configure routing protocol? You can choose any routing protocol, whether you can use router RIP, router EIGRP, or router OSPF, any one of the protocol you use. I am using here right now router EIGRP. So in this router also we have to configure router EIGRP, okay. And now we have to mention, this is also very important, this is the configuration to configure the routing protocol EIGRP, router EIGRP. This is the autonomous system. Keep here any number, okay. I have given here 100. No auto summary. Network, this is the network address, how many networks interfaces you have. This is for VLAN 10, this is for VLAN 20, this is for serial interface. So this is followed by the wildcard mask, okay. I am using the subnet mask for class C/24. For /24 wildcard mask is 0.0.0.255, okay. So I used 3 wildcard masks here, IP address, wildcard mask for 3 interfaces. This is the way to configure the routing protocol EIGRP. And here we have the dial peer voice 10 VOIP. This is the name VOIP. Now this is the destination pattern from the other router, okay. From this router, okay, we have allowed the traffic for this site, okay. So what is the destination pattern? If you are configuring this router, okay, so the destination pattern for this interface 192.168.10.2. so when you configure this router, the destination pattern you have to give this site, and you have to give what numbers you are using. You can see here I am using 5000 series numbers, 5001, 5002. So 5000 series I am using. So here I mention dial peer voice 10, destination pattern is 5 dot dot, okay. And what is the session target IP address is, the other interface IP address is 192.168.10.2 I have mentioned here, okay. To now save the configuration, copy running config startup config to save the configuration. So this is the concept of how the IP phones will work. Okay, so we need to configure right now. Okay, how it works. Let's check. Go to the packet tracer software. Okay, this is my topology. Okay, right now I will make it here the new topology. Now coming to the router, we need two routers here, same model. I take this side and I take this side. Need two switches to take 2960 switch and 2960 switch this side. Need IP phones. IP phones is available here. So I use here Control V. Okay, Control V and click on the IP phones. How many IP phones you need? You need 3 IP phones. Okay, this side, and take this side also 3 IP phones. And you need laptops. So again, Control V, click on the laptop. You can take the laptops as well. Here I need all the fast Ethernet cable, straight cable. I use Control V and click on the cable. So I give the connection here 0. This is port 2 to the switch. Okay, we are connecting to the switch. To the switch, and now from the switch PC, okay, PC to the laptop, to the fast Ethernet here. Like this we connect PC to the fast Ethernet. Switch, and from here PC, fast Ethernet. Now we need to connect router to router by using the serial cable. Okay, when you click here the cable, you don't have the interfaces are not available. So what you have to do, you have to go to the router, click on the router, and you can see here this is the router of the router. This is the button of the router. Okay, you have to take here one card, WIC2T. This is the interface card. We take WIC2T and placed here on the router. Similarly for this router also, of the router, take the interface card WIC2T and on the router, then give the connection now with the interface. We have serial 020. Okay, here serial 20. What interface you are using, you have to configure that interface. If you are using 000, configure that interface. If you are using serial SC0/2/0, then configure that interface. This is the physical connection we made. Okay, and now if you want to specify here, suppose this side, okay, you can say this is in Abha, or you can say this side, and you have here the node example. You say Abha side and Riyadh side network. You can add the text whatever you need it. Okay, then now we configure the switch as well as the router. Okay, let's start from the switch. Go to the switch and click here enable config T. Then create the VLANs. Here we have two VLANs, VLAN 10. If you want to give the name for this VLAN is voice exit, then VLAN 20, give the name is data exit. Then configure the interface F01, okay, which is connected to the router. Switch is connected to the router on this interface. You can say here switch port mode trunk, switch port trunk allowed VLAN. We have two VLANs here. We are allowing these two VLANs also 10, 20. Then configure the ports, switch port voice, okay, voice VLAN 10. Then switch port data means access, okay, access VLAN 20 exit. Okay, this is the configuration of the port. Similarly, we have three interfaces, port number 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I use here range command, int range f0/2-4. So all these three ports I will configure together. So I say here switch port mode access and switch port voice VLAN 10 and switch port access VLAN 20 exit. Now you can check the configuration here, show run, to see the configuration on the switch. So for the port 1 we configured like this. This is port 2, port 3 and port 4. Okay, so we configure access as well as voice for this all ports. So now we finish the configuration for the switch. If you want to save the configuration, copy running config, startup config, otherwise shortcut is WR to save the configuration on the switch. Okay, now configure the router. Go to the CLI and say here no enable config T. If you want to change the router name, so you can use here the host name. You want to give the name of the router, so this is Abha router. Then configure here the DHCP IP DHCP pool. Okay, this is the name. You can write anything, this name. Voice I have given here for the voice interface. Network, for this side I am using the IP address is 10.10.10.0. okay, then subnet mask class C/24. then default router is 10.10.10.10. okay, then option 150 IP is same 10.10.10.10 exit. So this one DHCP we configure for the voice. Similarly, we have to configure the other DHCP for the data. So we say here IP DHCP pool data. Then we use the network here 10.10.20. okay, 20.10 we are using. Network is 0, 20.0. Subnet mask. Default router is 10.10.20.10. enter. Then option 150 IP is 10.10.20.10, same IP exit. Okay, this two DHCP we configured. Now we have one interface F0/0. To make the interface is on, you can see here this router, when I say on, no shutdown, So you can see here the interface is on this side. Okay, this is on. Similarly, we have to divide the interface, okay, by using two VLANs. We say here for VLAN 10 for the voice, okay. So we use the protocol encapsulation dot 1q10. This is the protocol. Then provide the IP address for this. IP address is 10.10.10.10, okay, and subnet mask for VLAN voice, for voice VLAN. Exit. Then the other interface f0/0.20 for the data. Port is on, encapsulation dot 1q20. This is the protocol and the VLAN, okay. IP address here 10.10.20.10 subnet mask. Exit. We have the serial interface also as 0/0/ not 00. Okay, what interface we are using here? You can see 0/2/0. Okay, S0/2/0 interface. Give the correct interface. Give the IP address for this interface 192.168.10.1. We are using this side, and the other side is 10.2. So subnet mask. No shutdown. Exit. Then telephony service. Enter. Max phone. Max e phone 5. Okay, I'm using 5 phone. Max DN also 5. Then IP source address for the voice, okay, not for the data. Source address is voice. Port number is constant, we are using for the VOIP 2000, and we are using same auto assign 4 to 6 and 1 to 5. Auto assign 1 to 5. Then exit. Give the phone number, okay, phone 1, phone dash DN1 for first phone, okay. What number you want to give? This side we are using 3001 number for the first phone. Exit. Similarly, you can use the arrow key also for the second phone, okay. Enter the second phone, we change here to 2, then exit. Then for the third phone, make DN3 and the number is 3003, then exit. So we have provided the phone number. Then now what we have to do, we have to add the, after giving the phone number, we have to add the MAC address also, okay. So like ephone 1, for ephone 1, what is the MAC address? MAC address is there on the phone, so we have to copy the MAC address here. I will write here the MAC addresses. For this side, MAC address is 000a dot f388 dot 43 EC for the first phone, and for the second phone, MAC address 00E0 dot f9b8 dot 3b 75. For the third phone, 0004.9A64.DDDA for this side. And for the other side also I will write MAC address is 0001.437C.E84B. Here second phone 0003.E495.3068. Here 00B067.A7CD. So in the router we give the MAC address here 000A.F388.43EC. Enter. Then give the type of the phone. Type is 7960 model we are using for the phone. And we say here the button is 1:1 and exit. Similarly, use the arrow key for the second phone. Use the MAC address 00E0.F9B8 3B75. Then button 1:2. Then type also we have to give here. Type is 760. Then exit. For the third phone, MAC address 0004.9A64.DDDA. Enter. Then type is this, button is 1:3. Okay, it will increment like that. This. So this is the we made the phone's configuration. Then we need to communicate between one router to the other router, so we need to configure here the routing protocol. Then we say here the router RIP, router EIGRP, the autonomous system I am using here 100. Then no auto summary. Add the networks. The first network I have 10 10 10 0. This is for the voice. Okay, and this is the wildcard mask. And similarly for the data I have 20, so I change to the 20. And the other interface I have here for the serial interface. Okay, I'm using here the serial interface 192.168.10.0. then wildcard mask for class C. Exit. Now I need to make the connection dial peer from in the both the routers. I say here dial peer. Okay, voice 10. This is the name I am using, VOIP name. Then I say here the destination dash pattern. Okay, in the other side I have the numbers starting from 5000, so I say 5 dot dot. If it is starting from 9000, so you say 9 dot dot like this. Okay, destination pattern. Then session target IPv4. Okay, what is the IPv4? What is the other router interface address? So the other interface address is 192.168.10.2. okay, 10.1 for this site Abha router, 10.2 is for the Riyadh site router. Okay, 10.2 we have given. Then exit. Then save the configuration on the router. Okay, WR to save the configuration on the router. This we have made it. Okay, now let's check from the first site it is working properly or not. Then we configure the other side also. So now what you have to do, give the power to the IP phones. Okay, we have the adapter here. Connect the adapter for all the phones. Now make it refresh. Okay, refresh, so you can see here whether it is working or not. Now go to the IP phones. Go to the IP phone and check here whether the phone has taken the number or not. So Alhamdulillah, it has taken 3001, what we have provided, it has taken it. And from this side 3002, it's good. Okay, and for this side 3003. Okay, so similarly you can ping from here also, like pinging 3001. So it's working. Okay, from this side it's working. And now similarly you can check with this 2001. We are pinging to from 1 to 2. Okay, it's ringing. And as we have seen in the previous example also, this is working, but now this special, it's working with the data or not. Okay, let's go to the PC, and in the PC you have here the IP address. Select dhcp. Okay, select dhcp. So here you can see the IP address is coming to the PCs also through the router. Okay, for 10, 10, 21. If you keep the mouse on the IP phone, you can see here, keep the mouse on the phone. Okay, you can see here what is the IP address for this IP phone, 10.10.10.5. Okay, 10.10.10.5. For voice it is working 10, and for the data it is using 20. Okay, for the data is using 20. Similarly, I go to the PCs. Okay, just I select here the dhcp. So router will provide the IP addresses here. Okay, it's working properly, and for this side also working properly. Okay, so it's working. So now just to communicate from this side, like just now we have ring from one PC to PC, one IP phone to other IP phone. Similarly, you send the message. Okay, send this message from a PC to this PC, and check here the status, it's successful. Or you can go and see what is the IP address of this phone, PC 110.10.20.3. okay, go here to the PC, and you have here the command prompt. You can give here the IP address, ping 10.10.20.3. okay, enter. So you find here the reply. Okay, TTL is working. So from this side it's working. So like same thing we have to work for the other side also. Okay, now we configure this the other side same, and after that we ping from this side to this side. So we'll see here how it works. I can't. Yeah, so now Alhamdulillah, just I will show you this side also we have to work. I will finish in 15 minutes. Okay, within 15 minutes inshallah this session will finish. Now I will show you how to copy the configuration. Okay, because here if you look, this side and this side, the configuration is same. Okay, just we have to copy, and only we need to change the IP addresses. Okay, only we need to change the IP addresses. So how to copy the configuration, let's go. See here, go to the switch, okay, and type here enable show run, to see the configuration. Okay, now what I do here, I copy the configuration from this switch to this switch. From where to copy, that is important. You have to copy from the host name. Okay, copy from the host name, because this switch and this switch have the same configuration. Copy this, then go to this switch, okay, this switch, and here paste enable config T, right click, paste. So all the configuration is copied. Let's check here, show run. So now you can see here in this switch all the configuration is saved. No need to type again. If the configuration is same, then you can paste the configuration. Now what I do here, I will copy the router configuration. This is my router. This is Abha router. Show run. Go down, copy the complete configuration. From where to copy? From here. Okay, from the host name to end, till end. Okay, till end copy. Okay, but in this configuration we have to change some IP addresses, MAC addresses we have to change. So where to change? Let's check here. No, I copy the configuration, go to any particular PC. Okay, go to PC. Here in the PC you have the notepad, editor, text editor, you have terminal. This is terminal, browser. Okay, text editor. Okay, this is a text editor. Copy here, paste. Okay, now what I do here, I need to just remodify here with this. I say this is for Riyadh router, so I change the name Riyadh. Okay, then for this voice, what network IP addresses you are using? Okay, this side you are using this side, this network, and just what you can do, just change here the IP address. This is class A, you can use here class B this side, 10.172.16.10.0. this is okay, and similarly change this 172.16 10 dot this, and you can change here 172.16 10.10, and here 20 172.16 20.0 172.16 20.0, and here one minute. हेलो अस्सलाम वालेकुम जी। हाँ, एक 5 मिनट्स में इंशाल्लाह हो जाए। ठीक है, ओके। So just I change here for the voice and the data, and for the voice I am using here 172.16 10 dot this. And for the 20, for the data 16. For the serial interface is this is 10.2, and for the interfaces is IP address is 172.16.10.0. .20, and this is okay. For the serial interface is okay, and for this destination pattern for this is 1, and here destination pattern is from the 3. Okay, we are calling from Riyadh to Abha, that is 3 here. Okay, this is name is okay. 5 phones here, 172.16.10. This is okay, and here we have the which series we are using, 5000, 5001, 5002, and 5003. The MAC address is also changing, so I have already noted this. MAC address is 001.437c dot E84B. E495.3068. Model is same. The third MAC address need to change its finish. 00 dot B067 dot A7 CD. Then finish. So now copy this code. Copy the code. Then go to the router. And let's minimize this one. Okay, this is the laptop. Minimize this. Go to the router and go to the CLI of the router. Say here no. Enable config T. Then paste the code here. Paste the code. So configuration is occurred, and go to the configuration. Make the interfaces on. Int S0/2/0. No shutdown. Okay, interface is up, and for the F0 also make no shutdown. Okay, all the interfaces on. Then now this is the router configuration is completed. Save the configuration. Check the configuration also. Okay, what we have made the changes, it is appearing here. Okay, then now go to the IP phones and give the power supply to it. Make refresh. You can see all this is on. Now go to the IP phones and CLI. Check here, it has taken the number also, alhamdulillah, and this side it has taken, okay, 5002, and this also 5003. Okay, then now what we do, just make the dhcp for the phone here also. Okay, this is also working properly. Okay, then no. Okay, now what you can do here, call from this site from Riyadh to Abha. Okay, here we have the phone number is 3001. Here we have 5001. So 3001. So now you can see here it is ringing. Okay, you can see here it is coming the call from 503. It's connected. So Alhamdulillah, this is working properly. The IP phones is working, and we send the message from one PC to the other PC. Okay, to check the connectivity, just send the message from this Abha to the Riyadh network. Double click here. So successful. Okay, you can able to ping from one network to the other network successfully. So Alhamdulillah, this is the how the VoIP works. This is the concept. Okay, Alhamdulillah, I finished now. We'll share the screen for this. Okay, thank you all of you. Finish. If you have any queries, you can ask. And this is for this, for the feedback. If you have any questions to ask, you can ask.
Thank you very much, Engineer Murtaza. Thank you very much for sharing knowledgeable presentation. And inshallah, expect many more in future from you, inshallah.
Inshallah, sure. Thank you.
Any questions, guys? If you are having any questions, you can ask about the training. Okay, if there are no questions, you can just fill the feedback form. After filling the feedback form, you can leave. Thank you very much.